Hey, in today's video, we're looking at 9 best project management tools in 2022. Now, if you're looking into this software, you're probably in one of 3 camps. One is that you're already using a piece of software and you're looking at switching potentially. Number 2 is that maybe you have systems internally, but they're not working as well as they could. And then number 3 is you don't have any systems at all and it is chaos. So no matter where you're at, yes, when you get set up with a new tool and you're trying to learn it and figure it out and just be able to start organizing that chaos, it's going to feel like you're taking 3 steps backwards, and it's because you are, but you're going to do it so that you can move 10 steps forward. So whatever tool you end up going with, yes, there is going to be some learning curve, but the nice thing is that all these tools, any one of them, are better than the best option 3 years ago. And that's because they are getting better and so much better every single year. So why don't we start with the review, and first we're going to talk about Monday.com. Very popular tool. They have amazing marketing. You've probably seen their YouTube ads, or you will after this video. Maybe even saw one on this video, who knows? But with this tool, it's best known for collaboration. So if you have different teams that are working on projects together and you have to build workflows out amongst those different team members, this is going to be the most seamless and easiest tool to be able to do that for you. The CEO of Monday.com actually said that this is not a project management software. This is a business operations system, right? And the reason he said that is it's not just about managing projects. You can also do HR, you can do invoicing, billing. You can also manage a sales team as far as tracking leads throughout your funnel. There's so much that you can do with this tool, and that is why it is coming in at number 1 on our list. Now, the downside of Monday is the price. And if we're comparing it to number 2 on our list, that is ClickUp. So your cost per user per seat is going to be less with ClickUp. And ClickUp in many ways is a watered down Monday.com, but with a cheaper entry point. So if you are budget conscientious, ClickUp might be the way to go. If you haven't heard of them, you will very shortly. And the reason for that is they are growing rapidly. So they actually just closed like a huge deal in their latest round of funding. And the reason that's important is, yes, those investors are going to want to get that money back, but it also means that they're going to be able to invest in the tool to continue making it a really good tool. One of the things I like about ClickUp is they have really good instructional videos too. If you go through their YouTube channel, there's a lot of things to like there, but there are going to be some limitations in comparison of what you can do with Monday. One of the things too that I always recommend whenever you're looking at any kind of tool like this, look up the reviews in the App Store, because those are kind of harder to fake. And what you're going to see is that Monday.com has amazing reviews in the App Store, and that there's actually 2 different apps for ClickUp. And the reason for that is the first one wasn't that much of a success, has bad reviews, and then their second app has good reviews, but you can see how they're just kind of going through some growing pains because they're a much younger company getting established. So number 3 is going to be a little bit more of a departure from the first 2 that we talked about, and that is called SmartSheet. So where SmartSheet kind of differentiates itself is it's really just a super user-friendly version of Excel. So if you really were to niche it down and make it simple, that's the reason that you'd want to go with that tool. So next on our list is a tool called Forecast, and this is probably best for any kind of service-based industry. So if you are a contractor and you have a bunch of different clients, but sometimes these projects can be pretty complex, and if you're spending hours creating quotes for your next project, they have built-in tools that are going to make it really easy for you to create an estimate, also track your time. So they have something called Auto Scheduler, which is great for project scheduling, and it's also going to automatically assign tasks to different employees, and it's also going to create an automatic estimate for that particular project. So if you have a service-based business that is spending a lot of time on quotes, Forecast may be the way to go for you. Some of the things I don't like as much about Forecast, though, is that there is a one-time onboarding fee, which to me is kind of petty. I think that a lot of these services don't have that onboarding fee, so I don't love that about it. But so the next tool we're going to be talking about is called awork. Now, this one is a good option if you're somebody that nothing ever works for you, and that's probably why they call it awork, right? And what I mean by that is, if you've tried project management tools in the past and they always just seem too complex and they're too verbose, this is a good tool because it's very intuitive in its design and it's very easy to use. So user experience, user interface, UI, UX, very important with this tool. Some of the limitations are as far as customizing workflows or being able to do more complex projects are a little bit more difficult. And there's not a lot of bells and whistles as far as the tool is considered. But if you like the acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? Great advice, hurts my feelings every time. This is a good tool for you to use. And there's nothing wrong with that. The best tool is going to be the one that works the best for your needs. So I do want to take a moment to say that there are links for each of these tools mentioned in this video below, and some of them may be affiliate links. And if you use my link, what happens is I may get a commission, but you still get the best possible price for you as well. So I just wanted to let you know that because it helps to support my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate that support. All right, guys, let's get back to the review. Next up, we're talking about kissflow projects. So So this tool is known best for its reporting abilities. So if you're having problems with employees and keeping them accountable because they're not hitting deadlines, this tool is easily going to be able to tell you which projects are on hold, in progress, or done. So you're going to be able to get a snapshot of where everybody's at and be able to make sure that they're able to hit their deadlines. One of my biggest pet peeves with this tool is that they do not have Gantt charts. If you're not familiar with a Gantt chart, it's kind of like a linear chronological visualization, which was a mouthful, but I'll just throw it up. This is what Monday.com's Gantt chart looks like. They do not have Gantt charts. I personally like those as a highly visual person, what a project looks like over its lifetime. So just keep that in mind that they do not have that in this particular tool. So next up, and this is a nice segue to the next tool, it's called teamgantt. So as you'd imagine, teamgantt, this is an app that is focused on Gantt charts and creates a really nice visualization of looking at Gantt charts on your project so that you can see, what needs to come up next and what's coming down the pipe and all of those things. Some of the negatives of this is if you have more of a complex project, it's not really known for that. It's more so for simple projects. But one of the nice things is there are a lot of options for you on a freemium standpoint, and then you can upgrade into their paid packages, but you can get a lot of functionality out of the freemium. So I would recommend this tool if you're somebody who is really visual, you're also on a budget, and you don't have really complex projects, this may be a good tool for you. So next up is a tool called Nutcache, and this particular tool is really great if you are a business that has a lot of projects and you're also billing clients, so you're invoicing based on your hours worked, but you don't have really complex projects. So once the projects become more complex, this tool falls off because it lacks a lot of third-party integrations. So if you have a business model that there's either complexity today or complexity down the road, you may want to steer away. But if you have a pretty simple business model and you just need unlimited projects and tasks and you need to be able to bill and invoice correctly, this is a great tool for that. So there is something that you should consider, and that is, what is the complexity of your situation today, and then where do you see it in a year or two from now? And the reason I mention that is you don't want to end up picking a tool that's not going to be able to grow with you, and some of these tools are a little bit more limited. But if you think that your business is going to be pretty stagnant as far as complexity, then it makes your decision easier versus like, I think this is going to grow and in a couple of years we may need a different solution. It may be worth spending a little bit more for a tool that's going to be able to grow with you in the future. Next, I want to talk about the tool called Hive. And this project management tool is great if you have a team that is going to need to communicate in real time, because it's best known for its messaging features. So if you like tools like Slack, but it kind of lacks as far as project management compared to some of these tools, this may be the route to go. So it's really depending on if you have a business where there's a lot of real-time communication happening constantly, this may be a great option for you. So lastly, we're going to be talking about ProWork. And if you have a business where you are working pretty hand in hand with your clients and contractors and they're all collaborating together, this could be a good tool because you can actually give them access to it. Now, it does start at $20 per user per month, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it also has custom fields and unlimited capabilities for those users. So this is a tool that you can scale at that $20 per month and not worry about getting pushed into higher tiers because you need more functionality down the road. One of the downsides of this tool is from a visual perspective is it's not as well laid out as some of the other tools. So if you're somebody who's, again, highly visual, this may not be the best tool for you. But if you do have a business model where you have clients and contractors all working together, this is a great tool. So what I would recommend is that this is a really important decision for your business, and I would suggest test driving a couple different tools. So just pick two and figure out which one you like best by just spending an hour or two with the tool and starting to dig in a little bit and seeing which one vibes with you. So trying to narrow these options down for you, I will say that Monday and ClickUp are going to work for 90% of users. And the reason is that they're very feature rich and they will grow with your business. So then the way that I would decide between these two tools is if your complexity of your business is decently high, or you think that it has that capability of being very complex in the future, then I'd go with Monday. If you don't have a really complex business and you're more budget conscientious, then I would go with ClickUp. And then the third option that I would present to you is if you're really into spreadsheets and that's just the way your brain works, you're really going to appreciate SmartSheet. So what I have on the screen right here is a tutorial of Monday and also ClickUp, just so that you can get more familiar with those tools. And again, guys, thank you for using my links in the description below to help support my research and my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video.